What's up guys, JV2017 here, and today we're going to discuss the last bit of E3 news that I wanted to cover, and that's that nuka-world is Fallout 4's final DLC pack that we know of. Todd Howard himself confirmed it in an interview right after Bethesda's E3 showcase. nuka-world in August will be the last DLC for the fall, that's what his wording was, and then Pete Hines reconfirmed the news several times on his Twitter as well, calling it the final DLC and saying it's the last one. While there is that slight possibility that more could come out, this is it for the time being. And since Contraptions just came out, that means all we have left is Vault-Tec in July and then nuka-world in August. It's kind of crazy when you think about it. It seems like just yesterday when all of us were complaining about the fact that there was no DLC announced yet, where's the Fallout 4 DLC? Now, instead of complaining about there being too much workshop DLC, we're going to see complaining about there being no more new content. And mods will have to fill that void into the future, but fortunately, we also have console mods on consoles for the first time, which means the majority of the people that play the game, which is on Xbox One and PS4 together, also get to see the experience live on much longer than they could before. The main point I'm working towards is that nuka-world being the last DLC right now makes complete sense, and we shouldn't be surprised, and that's because of the Season Pass and how much content we've gotten so far. As we all know, the Season Pass was initially offered for $30 US around launch, and then increased up to $50 when more DLC was planned. However, those that got in early didn't have to pay extra for that additional DLC. It was just the original $30 price. And when it's all said and done, the total value of all of the currently announced DLC that we know of will come out to $70 US. And whether people like it or not, the Workshop DLC will only account for $15 of that total. Which means if you absolutely reject that DLC and hate it and say it's a waste of time, you're still saving money. You're saving $5 even if you bought the $50 Season Pass after the price hike. The reason I'm sharing all these numbers is that I'm showing you guys we've gotten a great value out of the Season Pass, ridiculous value if you got it before the price increase. It makes absolutely no sense that Bethesda would release more DLC under this same Season Pass. However, if there is going to be future DLC for Fallout 4 past nuka-world, the most likely scenario is that they release it under a new Season Pass, and I don't think that's completely out of the realm of possibility for a few reasons. First off, we know that Bethesda are working on and plan to release two major projects before the next Elder Scrolls. We don't know if one of those projects is Fallout related, perhaps another Obsidian Fallout game, and as awesome as that sounds, I don't think that's going to happen. We do know that there's going to be plenty of time before we see the next mainline Fallout game. There was a huge 7-year gap between Fallout 3 and Fallout 4. So why not spend the rest of 2016, we've got 6 more months in this year, making DLC for release in early 2017. After all, Fallout 4 is Bethesda's most successful game to date. And that brings me to my second point, sales. Fallout 4 sold so incredibly well. It outsold Call of Duty, making $750 million and also selling 12 million copies in its first 24 hours. I forgot about that. This game sold so well. It makes complete financial sense for Bethesda to keep investing in Fallout 4 since so many people have the game. And once again, they could be selling another Season Pass with new content. That's guaranteed money in their pockets if they, can actually convince people to get another Season Pass. It is worth noting that Bethesda's already released more DLC for this game, for Fallout 4, than they ever done before. And some people might point that out and say, I don't think this is likely. And also look at Skyrim, which wasn't that long ago and didn't release that much content after the game came out. But I wouldn't be surprised if they went all out for Fallout. And hey, if they do another Season Pass with 3 more pieces of DLC, one of those might be another Workshop DLC. And while people may not be happy if future Fallout 4 DLC includes another Workshop, the reality is that only the vocal minority really complains about it. Your average Fallout 4 player is sitting on a couch playing on a PS4 and might not even be aware of the online Fallout community that we have right here. I definitely wouldn't put it past Bethesda to release another Workshop DLC if there is indeed a third wave coming in the future. I will say, however, as someone who did play through the story-based Fallout 3 DLCs and with New Vegas, that I do prefer story-based DLCs. I certainly do. I would have preferred those over the Workshop items and even Automatron. And so for this last wave of DLC, if there is one, if there's one into the future past nuka-world, I would hope that they do focus the majority, so 2 out of the 3 pieces, on story. I'm talking more significant than Automatron, so not just a little quest line with some extra robot building involved, but more along the lines of nuka-world or Far Harbor for 2 of those DLCs. A little more significant, take us on a few more vacation Fallout experiences because they're pretty much great every single time they do that. So to kind of wrap up my thoughts, it's not surprising to me that nuka-world is the last DLC within the current Season Pass. It's definitely a possibility that Bethesda could sell another Season Pass with a few more pieces of DLC since there's a lot of time before the next next mainline Fallout game, and Fallout 4 sold so well, it would make financial sense in my opinion. But of course, as always, I'd like to hear from you guys. What do you think? Do you think there's going to be more DLC, or is nuka-world the absolute final DLC for Fallout 4? Are they going to rely more on mods to carry this game into the future, or is there going to be more? Share all of what you're thinking in the comment section below. Alright guys, today I shared my thoughts on nuka-world being the final DLC for Fallout 4 and also the possibility of future content coming to the game. Next time we will cover more Fallout on my channel, so stay tuned for Fallout 4 tips and tricks videos. If you learned something new or enjoyed this video, remember to hit that like button, I would really appreciate it. And don't forget to subscribe for more DLC coverage, my survival mode live streams, Bethesda.net mods, and general tips and tricks videos. Talk to you guys next time. Peace.